You awake to a loud noise. There is a threat in your home. Responsibly armed citizen that you are, you have decided to go and defend your family from a would-be assailant. What should you use? In this scenario, it's a little too late to start the decision process, but we have compiled a list of 25 firearms for home defense that make for some solid options. Okay, so we're starting out with the basics there. 22LR is one of the smaller cartridges that you can fire, but it has one advantage. It's not hard to find. If you don't have one, go to the pawn shop. You'll find one, I promise. It's not a heavy hitter, but it is readily available, and a plethora of firearms in the hands of responsible citizens is a good thing, regardless of caliber. This makes the list for the same reasons that the revolver made the list. They are everywhere. Not only are they everywhere, but they are inexpensive. Although the 22 long rifle is not the best for stopping power, you can really stretch your dollar in terms of training and focus on shot placement. Yes. The king of ridiculous firearms. This firearm takes the list from underpowered to epically overpowered with one iconic design put around downrange with this thing, and if your bad guy isn't running scared, he's a braver man than I want to dispense some cowboy justice. Unleash some lead with the Ruger Black Hawk. This firearm is not an exact replica, but it does give off some major Old West vibes. Plus, .357 Magnum is no slouch. This is just one of many small, lightweight revolver designs. These are a step up from 22LR, and are certainly formidable enough to get the job done. There is a reason that revolvers dominated the landscape until relatively recently, and it's because they are die-hard reliable. This one very rarely makes an appearance in the home defense catalog, but I guarantee you, it is more than up to the task. This firearm has served multiple armies across the decades, and it has done so admirably. The relatively low expense of this firearm and its use of the readily available 7.62x39 cartridge makes this relatively mild-looking rifle a beast for home defense. Chambered in .22 Magnum, this firearm is often looked down upon by big-caliber gun fans. However, this firearm not only shoots a round that can get the job done, this gun carries 30 rounds in a standard magazine. That's a lot of hurt on the bad guy. As an added bonus, this is one extremely light firearm, and one that is often used to introduce new shooters to the world of guns. Not to be mistaken for the Black Hawk, the Red Hawk is one of Ruger's best revolvers. The firearm has multiple chamberings, every single one of which would make your bad guy pee his pants. A lot of gun aficionados really do not like this weapon, saying that it has no practicality. However, it has two things going for it that keep it on this list. First, you can load .410 shotgun shells in this thing for some serious damage, or you can whip out the .45 long Colt, which is nothing less than terrifying. Secondly, despite all that firepower, this firearm has remarkably manageable recoil. That means more powerful rounds headed accurately in the right direction. Some people believe that the double-barrel shotgun, regardless of who makes it, is the standard for home defense awesomeness. And to be fair, it is one cool firearm. Few things will scare the bad guy more than clacking that shotgun closed. However, with the poor round capacity and the fact that there are so many more advanced shotguns out there, this firearm did not earn a higher spot on this list. This is one beast of a firearm. The compact nature of this weapon ensures its place as one of the coolest and scariest weapons in the list for close quarters. If you come out of your room with this up against your shoulder, the enemy is going to be grossly outmatched. This handgun fires the same ammunition as the P90, and comes in a handgun form so nifty that I have even seen some folks conceal carry it, despite its full size. Finding the ammunition for these two firearms can be tricky, but if you can get a source, it is well worth it. I know what you're thinking: how dare he put a high point on this list, much less above a P90. Although you will get no argument from me that the P90 is a higher quality weapon, High-point carbines can be gotten for as little as a fifth of the cost, especially if one utilizes the used firearms market. That makes this a budget-friendly firearm. Buy this firearm in the same chambering as your handgun and you have a pretty decent combo, although if you can find an extended magazine in your caliber of choice, that is highly recommended. Although there are plenty of people who really dislike the brand, Xeltec really made a winner with the Sub 2000. This firearm is an excellent pistol caliber carbine, and is extremely handy in close quarters. This is a higher-end firearm, but if you really want to unleash some justice on some bad guys, you could do a lot worse than the Scorpion. This firearm is one of the best pistol caliber offerings in the field. You can add to this rank your favorite CZ handgun, because they have some very nice offerings. CZ really brings out some of the best in the hammer-fired handgun world, and many of their firearms have such a high capacity that they rival some of the carbines on this list. This is one of the most copied firearms on planet Earth, and there really is a model for everyone. Both of these lines offer excellent variants, and I would not hesitate to take either one of these into the fray. Springfield came under some heavy fire for alleged involvement with anti-gun politicians in Illinois, which has caused a lot of gun aficionados to shun the brand completely. However, these are both excellent product lines, and both provide stellar reliability at a really good price point. Both of these firearms are superior in terms of reliability and reputation, and have a fanatical following. The Glock fans out there might try to convince you that George Washington sported a Glock as he made his way across of the Delaware River, and then dare you to prove that he didn't. But in all seriousness, these guns are Honda Accords of firearms. They are plain, they are no frills, and they are wildly successful. The 10mm round is not nearly as common as 9mm, .40, or .45. However, it is an incredible round that is proving itself more and more as time goes on. If you want a round with superior stopping power, 10mm is an excellent choice, and the Glock 20 might just be for you. .45 ACP is a terrifying round. People know it, and it is the original caliber of the 1911, one of the most successful firearms this planet will ever see. However, I will not make this rank solely about the 1911, because there are so many good options in this caliber out there. A 1911 will do just fine. Love them or hate them, the AK platform is rock-solid reliable, and capable of putting out accurate fire easily at any distance you are going to face in a home defense scenario. This firearm will keep you safe, and at a low entry-level price point, civilian variants of this rifle are a superior choice for home defense. Take everything I just said about reliability, and apply it to this firearm right here. This Israeli rifle has some serious features, including tritium inside the iron sights to help you see at night, a left-side charging handle, and some of the best accuracy that you can get in a semi-automatic platform with 7.62x39. This firearm has other chamberings, and those are likely to become more common as the market continues to thrive in the Trump era. I would be willing to bet that some of you saw the AK platforms and thought that nothing in 5.56 would to make it to the list. Fear not. There really is not a firearm list out there in which you can ignore the prevalence, the modularity, and the overall epicness of the AR-15 platform. These firearms are time-tested, and with our current president being a fan of the Second Amendment, these firearms are becoming less and less expensive to get into. Every gun fan should own at least one AR platform. It's as American as apple pie. This is as good as it gets for home defense. Whether you are sporting a Maverick 88 or a terrifying KSG, the amount of stuff that you can put through this firearm will get you through any situation that you could face at the homestead. Worried about penetration? Try birdshot. Want a solid round? Try a slug. Most folks opt for buckshot, but it is not the only option out there. If you do not own a shotgun, seriously consider adding one to the home arsenal. Wait, if the shotgun is number 2, what's number 1? An excellent question. You have a right to keep and bear arms. And this list isn't going to cover all of the options for effective home defense. If you use a 20-gauge shotgun, great. If all you have is a bolt-action 22, use it. The best firearm is the one that you have when you need it, so stay armed and stay safe. Please like and share on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what firearm is your favorite on the list or what you think should be added.